here. Taking Kevin at the time. Sister. But, yeah. This is Betty's dad. This is Betty's father. So, maybe that's a little better than Spirit. So he's in a nursing home at the moment. Another sister. Great. And here's Yope. And here's the patriarch of the Vanderwey family. You may have to eat a light pretty soon, but there's a lady here. There's one of the glory, in the glory, in the glory. Here we have the Vanderwey family. Yeah. So I'm going to zoom up on them. Wie? Ja. Helemaal niks.
Nee, alleen van de wijk. Ja, dat begrijp ik wel. Maar ook eentje met je moeder.
Oh.
Ook eentje met je vader en je moeder, hè? Ja.
Langzaam zeggen dat dit nou is een situatie dat langzaam zeggen geestelijk en lichamelijk
Here we are about to partake of supper. So, there's the table setting here at the cafe. We've gone for a walk down to the cemetery that I have on. And now we are about to have supper. Okay. Have a good chat with Tone, his son. So be it. Dinner. And all the Pete is about to go home in a taxi. So everybody has full dessert. There's the clock chiming 6 o'clock in Holland. Cool.
Ja, hartstikke bedankt. Ja, niks bedankt. Ik vind het fijn dat het in Holland is. Ja, ik ben heel erg hartstikke wel. Ja.
Vanderwey reunion here. Cronies with Dawn. Home again.
But every week, next Sunday.
And Tip is giving them a tour of the house there. There he is. Mr. Wienstra. So, it was a fine time. It was fantastic. Yeah. Here we have the main entrance to Cronies' front door, and then she has her closet there. There's the room to upstairs. She's got about 3 bedrooms upstairs. This will be the entrance to the kitchen, and this is her bathroom that we shared for quite some time. Beautiful bathroom. There's another bathroom here, and here is the lady of the house, looking so beautiful. Here is Crony and Trip's front room, and you can see, I'll see if I can zoom in on it. There's the picture of my grandparents. Oh, there it is there. And the clock. There's their stereo, I believe. And so there is a window to the outside. Very nice home. Beautiful home. Now I better zoom back here, and there's the television and fireplace. So back to the clock. And there's the door to the kitchen. And here we are in our kitchen. You can see everything's beautiful and handy. This is the door to another compartment of the house, and there they are sitting at the table, Dad and Marie. And Sony having coffee.
Yeah.
There's the door towards the hall and the stairs and the bathroom. So, off the kitchen is her washroom, and then an entrance here where they eat the this and that room, you know. This and that, everything from a feast to an extra fridge and so on. And there's her front room. And there's Dad and Frony and Marie sitting at the table that I just caught in film. So you can get a general idea. There's that utility room. And there's a shot of her yard. I'll try to... Down at the end of it is a canal. And the other day we had a boat ride. But there's a dove house down there. And then in around here you used to have a canary cage. But it's beautiful. So here we have a shot of her backyard. There's the window. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, there's a lay of the backyard. And she's right in front of the kerk, or the church, that you see. Well, it's a very beautiful setting here. And they've been really good with us. Everybody has. There's Marie and Verna and Theo, Oma Theo's backyard, and Lucy, Tante Lucy's. And here are the men of the hour. I will zoom in on them. Zoom. Very good. And now I will take a scan of the garden back door here, in the backyard rather. And it's very beautiful. There's our begonias, and then he had behind him in the greenhouse, he had, oh, it's beautiful here. Yes, so now we'll carry on, and we're going for a lopa, or a see Marie and Verna. And here we are just outside of Oma Theo and Auntie Lucy's home. So I better catch up with them and finish the walk. Across the street is, there are horse races going on. And as you can see, there's many, many cars. Apparently this is comes once a year, so people have gathered for the horse races. A shot of Tante Lucy's and Mateo's home, and Tante Lucy has just gone down for sleep, for a rest. The promenade or the Lopapath, and the noise in the background is them fixing the road here and laying the blocks, as you can see. And this is the older part of town. It's part of it, at least, anyway, this street right here. And now we'll be heading down the newer part of the street, and we will see the center of the city of Yaura. Many of the houses, they air their linens outside in the window, and in the background there you can see the church steeple. This is about the center of town. So I'll just take a sweep of the area that we're walking down. Here's an older home, small home. Yes. And there's where we have come from. The streets of the older homes in Yaura here. Butsingelstraat, I think it says on that sign. Walking ahead. I just want to take a shot of the gardens in front. How well kept they are and how many flowers they have and bushes. It's very beautiful. Yes. Here we are in a promenade that's going to lead to the city square. There's some washout on the line, and there's Verna and Marie walking down to the church. So there you have it. Here we are, rather than the promenade or the uptown of Yaura. Are you going to go down there for a walk?
Yeah.
Okay. And right in the middle you have the kirk. And there's an anno date on here of 1644. And then over on the other portion it's 1628. So now I'm going to draw back and take a shot of the tower of the kirk. This is the center of the city. So, and there's the rest of the uptown, down this way. Some real old shops in there too, down this way. Especially one that's a clockmaker. It's very interesting. And a beautiful chime. The people looking up at the steeple. So, why not have another go? This is the thing of prominence anyway in the city square, because it's it looks like it's been here a while. It says sounds like cat hoose, cat, T-A-T-H, but looks like quite an older building. So, bloom or flower winkle. And then there's shops all the way down. There's Marie in the background. We're going to promenade down that way anyway. Dad and Teo and I just had a walk around the same area earlier. You can hear it at the clockmakers. It was constructed or made in 1877, and as you can see, this is all kinds of clocks of every shapes and sizes and mechanisms. Yeah. So this is the watchmaker, and apparently this is a fellow that can make everything from scratch. He's one of the oldest or old-time watchmakers here in Yalta. Here's an anno date of 1837. I'll draw it back because here's this place here. And here we are at an Italian restaurant in Yalta, and there's yeah. Here's a shot of the promenade going back home to Dale and Lucy's, and you can see the town hall in the distance. There's Marie and Verna. So, butterflies in these plants there. You can see them landing. And you can darn near touch them. Look, I'll put my hand that way, and they don't even move. Some of them. There's one in here. Quite a sweet-smelling plant. They're all over it. Look. I guess it's loaded with honey. Or whatever. Garden. Next door to that plant that I just took a shot of. The colors there. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. And in front of the house here, look at the bulbs. And the yellow. They certainly take care of their yards here. Their hedges shape in a Christmas tree form or a pine tree form. It's really something. And Tante Lucy's and
goes our youngest daughter.
Dale's home, sitting in the
Your
front room.
youngest daughter's home?
Yeah.
Sure, I go.
I don't know if I need the
And
light on anyway, but you can see the beautiful home.
you got three in the back.
Three in the back.
Three in the back.
Oh, well.
This is another sort of a dining room off to the back.
Yeah.
And they have a TV room through there. One can see. There's Theo, home of Theo and Oregon.
She finished.
Try on.
Finish up. Yeah. Yeah.
And then this,
Their room.
and this goes out to the
What does that, their room mean?
front hall
When you come,
and the front door.
come back. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
front door, and this is the biffy here.
That room is wide.
Yeah.
This is the
Mine.
door to the front room that I just come out of. There's the kitchen with supper cooking in the oven, and further on is where you come in the back door and take your shoes off, hang up your clothes, and they have a refrigerator back there. And here's the way to upstairs. So,
Then I will have everything ready when you come back.
I get a close-up of Tante.
English language is for you
Lucy's,
easier than Dutch language.
Petty
Because we
point
have a
work.
lot
It's really
of
beautiful.
English
She's
words
now in the
and
process of doing
Yeah.
an icon,
cheese.
the Black Madonna, the Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Similar bottom.
Showing a picture of the sundial, and
Yeah, it's all.
the front yard.
So it's still the same size.
Here's Dad sitting in the front room.
Just a slight bit of difference wherever the accent
And Marie,
is.
Verna,
That's what that.
Tante Lucy,
Language.
and Mateo.
One is Dutch, the other is Frisian.
So, hey, good. And Flanaker,
Yeah.
Tante Amy's, and
Smile, Marie.
Omayoho.
But anyway, she is.
Our customary drink, and there is
Yeah, but she drives.
Johan and Dad.
Yeah.
Tante Amy and Elizabeth are in the kitchen here, and probably, I believe their daughter dropped over earlier.
the kids
So.
swimming lesson. So.
Anyway,
You're driving.
we'll get a picture of
Ja, net zoals in
Tante
Met de camera.
Amy later. Hey, let's see the lady of the hour.
Zie je me even niet?
Hello, hello, hello.
Ja, wel,
Ja.
dat fijn. Dat komt precies uit.
Zo.
Theeblad, Lies. Well, you can move. You can go in and get the tree.
You can do anything you want.
Ik zoek al mijn theeblad weg. Oh, in de keuken. In de keuken? Nou, makkelijk is dat, hè? Hetzelfde.
The hallway from the kitchen, and you can see that door to the left is the bathroom, and there's the front door. And off to the right of me is here's a bedroom there, and then there's another front room in the front. And this is a very old home. I'll have to find out. And here we go up the stairs. This is a very old home. And there's the door to the kitchen. So, but, we'll have to find out just how old this home is. I know it goes, I'm not sure what century it was built in. So, just okay. It's a gift that you received from the family in Thunder Bay some time ago. And here is a picture of her family that when they were married 25 years. I guess the light is, yeah, well, you can see them anyway. So, picture that, or a diploma, or rather a certificate that you received from the Pope. There we are looking down the hallway. So I'll just take a quick sweep around, and Elizabeth gets in the picture finally. That's great.
I bring it from
Here's Frony going back to the hay. So, thanks a lot to Tante Amy.
Maar ja, emotioneel met je.
Okay. Oma Johan's back shed right now. This is one of his tool sheds, and then there's a Doiven house over here. I don't see many doves around. Maybe they're in. And here is Elizabeth in her dad's garden.
Yes, sir. Isn't it great?
No, it's coming in. I'll show you.
Can I do the message for
You
all of
can-
my family now?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. I'm Elizabeth. I was for 13 years ago with you together. I
Yeah.
will wish you very much kisses. Mwah, out of Holland. That's nice.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Great.
So, and here we are. I'm going to try
Three of them.
having a final drink there.
We're getting closer.
The gang's all here, as you can see. Aga, Auntie Amy, Johan behind her, Dad, Marie, Colby, Roni, and Elizabeth. Yeah. So,
Nu, dat niet, maar ik moet nog wel anderhalf uur eerder. Dus ik vind dat nou goed.
very good.
5 kwartier.
Ah, kom je nog eens een makkelijk in de uur.
So,
Nee, ik weet niet harder dan 1 of 120 hoor. Vergeet die spullen
Nou, dan
niet?
kies toch makkelijk in de uur die het kiest overleiden.
okay.
Ah, nee, goed, je gaat. Nee,
Get a picture of it. There we go.
Een reunie. Daar ben je.
Auntie Amy coming out of the cupboard. So, here we are in Dutch Castle, and here's a small cabinet with miniature settings of some of the rum. And here are the Marie and Afka and Elizabeth and Verna. What place are we in, you people?
The dining room.
The dining room of what?
Will you come the eetkamer.
So,
Come eens here. I will show you.
you're going to show me, yes, go ahead.
This is for the spoons, the knives.
This is what?
For the cutlery. For the cutlery.
Yeah, well,
For the dining room. You look at it. Isn't it funny?
Slots. All the slots.
All the slots for what?
Knives
For the
and
cutlery. And the knives, spoons.
Okay, you guys, I can't, I want people in it. I don't give a hoot about silver. So, in the kitchen of this particular castle, and there's the sink and the taps. Up there is a witch ball to scare out the off the evil spirits of the day. There's a tea set, as you can see. Cooking stove over this way. And of course your pots and pans, and your hearth and oven. You don't have to get out of the way.
What is that big black one? Looks like a coffee.
That's for the coffee, yeah. That's for the coffee to make
Big.
a big family here.
Yeah.
So they have a big.
This would be for all the option coffee.
And outside,
Taps over here. Yeah, look at all brass. And this would be a
you see a
cellar,
bit of
I
a
guess,
moat
for
out the windows there. It was around the castle to
But look at
protect
this.
yourself from the enemy in the early days, and they're making us a cup of
And
coffee
she
here
still
in the
uses it, you
kitchen.
saw it just.
And here's the brass down, there's the full panel beside
Nee,
it.
toch niet meer? Oh, they pumped it up and
So,
here, at the
The
bottom.
kitchen, we're coming out of the kitchen into the kitchen cupboards. Here's a set of plates that go back. And this was a room for the help. And there was the bed for the cook. And then in here we have another place where the help crush the sheep wool into bundles or packets. This is an old fridge. It's lined with galvanized and marble.
Then what would they make their living from?
And here is a plan of the whole castle in this area. So that's all right.
Tony wants to get the,
Hey,
I don't think he can.
kom eens.
Yeah.
The old toilet.
Okay, that's fine.
Toilet.
Oh,
And the girls are looking at a can that's there for the help that was in the
Yeah.
castle. A few pictures of
This is great. This is the first
people that lived here in that time. And here's a young child. They tell me they don't wear any underclothes unless they're trained. And once they're trained, then they get into pants and what have you, and then they cut their hair at the same time. Through a hallway into another part of the castle. Stairs and into what we call the green room.
Yeah, on Beppe. On Beppe? Yeah.
Look at the size of the mirror here.
She has this
The stove and
something like that. Yeah.
clock under glass.
In her clothes, in her jas.
So, here's Marie having a
She wears a hat.
rest on the couch
Yeah, only black.
and so on.
Oh, yeah, mostly black, mostly Marie.
look at that mirror.
So,
Grandmother.
not a dandy, I got it.
Only black, or
So
mostly
this,
black.
Yeah.
Like this.
the green room,
Clothes.
and here is an old type organ or piano, I guess.
I'm thinking.
I think it might be an organ.
Yes, it is a piano.
A piano?
Yeah, it's a piano from the 1800s.
A piano from the 1800s.
Yes. Historical, the clavier instruments.
Okay. Down the hall. Over to what they call the red
They were
room.
older, they were younger dear.
You can see the
Family.
antique furniture here. I haven't got my light bar, so I think I'm going to be in trouble, but you can see some of the old paintings on the wall, and there's a fireplace. I don't know if you can see that. Even the ceiling is decorated. See, it's all painted. So then we come down, that's a wood fireplace with a mirror. Of course, there's the cast iron. Then over here is a gallery of pictures of the residents in the early 1800s. So, then into another room. Well, there's a painting on the wall,
Must be where the children had their
and now they've just put a few
Where the
antique
squire's
things in there,
children
the
used to
clock
play.
And this looks like an old
The
safe
Dawkins
of
family.
some kind or other. There's Elizabeth sitting at the table.
So it was
That
the
table can
Dawkins
extend. It seems to be made of walnut. And here's a show-off cupboard.
And that's
With all the delves blue.
here the longest time, the Dockingers.
It says in ours, once
There's Oscar and Marie
family in the province.
having a look at all the things. And here's George Washington over in Holland. Have a look at that. Yeah, front foyer of the castle. And here we're coming to the front door, and the lady that runs the place at the moment. And so on. You can see some of the wall. And now we are going upstairs to see the upstairs. The main living room, and here's a coat of arms regarding this castle. Here you have a picture of William of Orange, or William III. And here you have some of the show-off items there. Look at this particular closet here. And then I'll go up to the ceiling. You have another closet, or whatever you call it, in delves blue. And there's William's wife.
I'm married here 10 years ago. Hi.
Hi, and there is Elizabeth. And here are some of the offspring that owned the house thereafter. And they always sat in the living room so they could watch for the enemy, because there's a moat around this place, and they could see out this side and right out the front door. They could see very much of their place. So now we'll go into the other room off the main living room. So hang on. So here is Mary Stuart, William, or wife of William III, William of Orange known as, and this is where Phroney and Fred were married 10 years ago.
No, Lisbeth and Fred were married.
I said that.
No, you told my sister.
Hey? Oh, Elizabeth. Pardon me.
Yeah, sorry.
Elizabeth and Fred were married in
And
this
she's
spot.
playing for Fred now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And here's Marie laughing about the last remark. And here's a show-off cupboard.
echtgenoot.
Ja, zie je.
En beloofd je getrouw alle
And here's Verna also. And along these walls you have a resume of the monarchy of Holland in the early days and so on.
Ik doe het nog steeds.
And then it ends up here. It ends up here with Queen Wilhelmina up here at the top. And Phil, coat of arms in the living room, and I'll just take a quick sweep around.
Only to stay, she said.
Only to stand.
Only to stay.
There we are. There's the girls. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And there's the chandelier that you see. There's a few of them around. The moat around the Freilenberg Castle, I think that's the way it's pronounced. And this is where Elizabeth and Fred were married 10 years ago. So we've just gone through that. That's what you've seen on the film. And there's the moat around there, and that was for to help drive off their enemies. So we'll just zoom in on Marie and Elizabeth and Oscar and Verna. So another moat on the outside again with the ducks in it. And here is the carriage house, 1899 I think is the date on it, what have you like that, and the gardener's house. And there you have it again. And this was the Helper farmhouse, which is now a restaurant. So, gate to the entrance ground, and you can see, there you go. Quite a bit of territory, so they had to be very rich people in their time. And there we go up to there. Look at the size of these trees here for Holland. Aren't they big? Fantastic. And there's Elizabeth again. 200 years old, these trees, eh? There's Elizabeth and Fred's home. Really picturesque. Very cute little home. Very small. Well, big enough, I would say. And there they are coming home from the trip around the castle there. So, very beautiful. I'll take a shot of her backyard very shortly. I'll zoom in on them now. Yeah. They're home. Elizabeth and Fred's home. So, she has a beautiful backyard. She's really gone into gardening, and here she has some goats and chickens, as you can see. I'm going to zoom in on them. There they are there. The miniature goats. So. Now they want to stay quiet. They sound like babies crying most of the time. So that's their backyard there. So she's quite a gardener. She says she's running out of room. Okay. But they have to get a bigger place. So, look at these two little windows at the back. It's really unique. They used to have the animals in that part of it. So here we are in Soybrook, in Holland there. Then Afka has driven us down, and we've spent the day with Elizabeth and her husband Fred and their young girl, their daughter.
22
So anyway,
pounds of solid fish.
I'm just going to take a sweep. You can talk, you can do anything you like. Just don't swear, that's all. I'm going to take it back to Canada. Just film and we'll show them there. So here we are in their beautiful front room there. It's really cozy. I'm just going to take a sweep of the front room, and then you'll see Elizabeth and Fred's house.
She's in a different class from
And we had a beautiful supper.
Won a medal.
Dit meisje is net
And
zo oud
here
als
is
mij.
a working desk, as you can see, and a bit of a library.
Suzanne.
And
Het is net zo oud als jou.
anyway, here's a silhouetted painting on the wall. Within there is the kitchen, nice compact little kitchen.
Yeah.
And here is the table.
Wat is het nou?
And
Pieter.
we'll have to be leaving for Franeker. Go back to Franeker with
Zie je dit?
Afka there, maybe after a
Waarvoor
while.
medaille dat ze hebben? Omdat ze de eerste prijs heeft gewonnen.
I'm going to take a shot of their kitchen now. So here's the kitchen. Everything nice and handy, beautiful sink. Cupboards, everything so compact and nice and clean. The homes are really cozy here in Holland, all of them. And here we have their daughter's room, as you can see. And then of course we've taken pictures outside before dark, so anyway. So, here's the young lady that sleeps in this room here. There she is. So, there's a bit of a library there, and there's her bed, and there's her cupboard for all her toys. So anyway. Okay, beautiful, thank you. Back to the front room. Here you are.
By my daddy.
You which?
Home in the garden.
Oh yeah?
Say everyone goodbye.
Yeah, but I've got Fred and your daughter as well here now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
This is my family now. After
that's
13
right.
years, you see me now with my family.
That's right, they remember
At
you
my
there.
own home.
Right.
And I loved it at your house, but now you can see how I'm living now.
Yeah,
That's great.
okay.
So I greet everyone and give you a kiss.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Bye.
Thank you.
This is
So,
Maureen's new boyfriend.
Oh.
we are in the cheese factory in Holland.
This is the
This is the gentleman that is giving you the particulars on. Dad's copying it down. There's an awful lot of cheese for that in this factory. Here you have these two gentlemen. And here's Vanderwey, Tony, and Red. Right there.
Ja, oh, prima. Oh, leuk. Ja, kom eens. Ja, nou, kom maar.
Let's go, Dad.
Factory, there's quite a bit of noise. Right down in here on the next floor in the processing, and then what has happened is that he's holding the seal that goes with the cheese that is shipped out. Okay. And over on these television sets here, you can see where the cheese is processed. And there's a fellow that sits at this machine. There's a red button there, and if they have a malfunction, he can shut everything down. But there is the cheese on the left coming out of the processor. There it is being cut in these other two in blocks and in slices. And then if there's any malfunction, you can shut it right down on that red button that I'm zooming in on now. So anyway, now we have the cow that I'd like to focus in on there. I'll get a little bit of that on the back. And anyway, there's the gentleman that mans the machine out there and looks at it. So now they're going on to another part of the pen. Very good. So, very good. Laboratory doing the testing and just keeping updated the quality of the cheese. Also a research laboratory, I believe, the same cheese factory. Drop the block on the tray now, and then it's going to be go on the conveyor belt. See the block drop the heavy bit of cheese, and then the excess water and moisture squeezed out. We saw this from it comes into this factory in regards to the cheese process. There you have them coming down from the machine, and you can see them following the conveyor belt. And now they come out here, as you can see, and then they go around on this conveyor belt right down the way, and I imagine down that way they're wrapped, eh? But apparently there is no taste of this cheese when it's fresh. It has to age. The cheese set in trough, and they're there so long. I'm not sure this is all salted water, some kind of a way where where it's another form of processing. There you see a cheese there. I don't know if you can see that yet. With spices in it. See the difference in texture of those two? So that one rabbit? See? But anyway, these are all being still processed, see? And there's the gang down the way. There's Oscar. There's Steve dabbing and going. Now, I'm going to show you a shot of the fullness of this plant here. As far as there you go. I'll bring it back to wide angle. There you have all this plant trying to finalize the processing and quality of this cheese. And like they were saying, they send out 460 tons in 1 week all over the world and to the local businesses. So that's particular storage vats there, or whatever you want to call them, depends on the cheese. They stay in there 5 days, 6 days, or possibly 7. But here's the machine that is moved and draws them out, and then the moisture is squeezed off them, and there's after taking a picture of me, taking a picture of her, and there's the gentleman that launches this conveyor belt. And and then they go down the end of this conveyor belt and are wrapped and ready for market. Coming in from the vat on this conveyor belt, these blocks of cheese, there they are. There they go. And then they come through another process once again. There they are going in there again. And then they end up coming out on top there already with the skin and the wrapping on them and ready for export. Right up in that very top of the conveyor belt going out the building because they got ahead of me. There's a storage time of 14 days before they come out of that last conveyor belt I was talking about for shipping. So here they sit for 14 days and they cure a little bit more before they're ready for shipping. So that shows you finished product. And this cheese at the moment is going to Greece. So there you have it. This is just one day's process. I guess they have so many tons come out a day in order to get that 460 tons a week. So there you have the warehouse of this particular plant. And there you have the gang in the other room where the cheese will be taken off the pallets and they'll be packed in cartons and shipped to wherever they're going to go. So, company and where it's from in Holland, you can see they're in the cartons off the pallets. And I'll take a wide angle shot. And here's the gentleman that gave us a tour and did the narration while we were going around the tour and gave us all the information. So, anyway, this is all the plastic in the cartons and so on. There's the wrapping machine just down that way. And putting into cartons. Going in with a warehouse there, the stockpile. And this room is refrigerated slightly in coolers for preservation of the quality of the cheese.
Oh, that is
The cheese is wrapped in plastic, and after it's wrapped in plastic, comes and it's refrigerated. It's cool. And then it goes into the cartons, and then the cartons are also stored here, as you can see. And this portion of the factory is also refrigerated at a certain degree of temperature. So I think we're just about finished now. So here's Dad testing a piece of cheese that has come off the conveyor belt. And right behind him there, you can see the damaged cheese. This is all computerized. If the cheese, there's nothing wrong with the cheese, but if it's malformed for one reason or another, the computer picks it off the belt. And then this gentleman has picked up one of those blocks of cheese, and he's going to show you. He's going to show you. He's going to show you. Just a minute, I'm taking pictures. And then he's going to show you. You see how good that cheese is.
That's the best.
Yeah.
it was maken, you was thinking
So, I mean that they have a staff of between 80 and 90 employees, and they're employed 6 days a week, 24 hours a day. So I imagine that they would have to get those. That many man hours in order to get 460 tons per week of cheese shipped out. So we thank them very much. Cheese factory to go back to, I think, Phonies for coffee. So, where are the other ones? Here they are here. Okay. Some modern windmills, as you can see. And here is the cheese plant that we're visiting here, and this cheese is made by hand. So now we're going to go inside and see just what's what. Sampling some of the cheeses, you know. Marie stayed away because she wanted to get some shopping in, and she's seen a cheese factory where they make it in the same method as in the past.
En dat zonder suiker. Ja, de hoogste hier. Zonder suiker.
Nee, dat valt wel even taai, hè?
Gasten maakt ze me al een omdraaien.
Ja, weet ja. Dat is echt saai, hè?
Ja.
En dan dus je nou één of twee keer in de week om deze tijd maakt ze vaak niet meer te zien, omdat de melk wat te duur wordt. In oktober dan je de
En
winter.
je maakt ze vol verder, hè?
Ja, weet ja, hè? Wij maken er niks van af aan, ja, nee.
En daar hebben we de boerencheese voor.
Turner, and apparently she's saying that the Dutch lady is saying that they don't hire that many more people. They do it sort of as a very small business. If they do, the fact is that they will have to charge more for the cheese, and they don't like to do that. It'd be more expensive. Here is some form of a press that you can see, and here are the cheese formed right in just this one room, and what have you. So then we have the slicer here, and we have here the sink, and over there's some cheese on the wall, or on the shelf, I guess one could say. And then they also have their stockpile over here, if you can see. So.
Nou, en dan is het ook weer zien en dan even boven drinken en dan
En dan ga je ook weer
ja, misschien dan in het oil niet, nou. En dan komt het in
I'd like to see these presses work there. I see there's weights right here on the side. Zoom in on them. See the weights there? But I guess we would have to see it in operation with that. Seems to be the idea anyway. Let's come in now. I don't know what's going to transpire now. I think I'll close off here for the moment. Cheese forms used to be made of wood in the early days when Dad was in the cheese business. And then I mentioned that press over there. I'm going to get the wide angle here. And you see all the juices from the cheese is pressed out and goes in the tray, and then it runs into that pail, and I think they feed that to the pigs, so nothing is wasted.
Dus je ja. Ik denk dat het zomers nog veel erger is. Je kan nou weer zien.
These cheeses are turned and wiped and what have you for by hand. No, there's very minimal machinery used in making these particular cheeses. It's pretty well back in the old days. The only difference is that the forms that I mentioned are made of plastic or whatever they call that Tupperware business instead of wood.
En kun je dat reepje treedt er al je vocht uit en dat slaat dan om de boetenkant van het cheese slaat dat en dan wordt dat schimmel als het ware. En als je dat gewoon op het cheese hebben, dan is het geen tomaatje. Maar nou slaat die schimmel op dat plastic laagje. Je geeft er even mooi een poetsdoek doorheen en dan kun je hem zelf een mooi aannemen en dan is hij zelf een mooi skin.
Ja. Do you understand it?
No, I don't.
No?
Cure for a week or even more, and then they keep wiping them and turning them, and this fellow has said then they wrap them with a cloth or a covering so that it'll act as a preservative. Otherwise, if they don't do that, fungus will start to form and mold so far. That's the whole purpose of the process. So cure for so many days, week, 10 days or 12 days, whatever, and then they keep turning them, and so there we have it.
They can only make some of it.
And can you hold up one of your cheeses, please, with the crew? Yeah, show me the, yeah. Okay. Okay, hold it up this way like so. Thank you.
Zo?
Yeah, now let me zoom in on it. Now here is their logo, or their stamp for their homemade cheese, so to speak. Thank you very much.
No,
I like that.
Buying a cheese sauce and then take back to Holland, the gift.
Ja, maar dit is...
So here we are tasting the cheese because they have quite a variety on the back shelf there, even paprika in one of them.
And this is naad. Naad.
Yeah,
This
this has the
It's different.
cloves and the
Okay.
curry. I know.
Rather picture of the cheesemaker in the old days. And,
Oh nee, dat wordt kan.
and anyway, we have bought our goods and our cheeses, and now we're about to leave. And here's one of the husband and wife team that are running this cheese factory. So, anyway. Coming out of the cheese factory, this one. The weather is terrible, as you can see. This is called, their cheese drums are called, the cheese drums are called farmer's cheese. So, building that has just gone up, they put a lot of money into it in this little village near Franeker. There's church in the background and so on, but we've come to take a picture of this mold in this area. It's not working at the moment right now. So, there you have the windmill, and this is a corn mill or a granary. This is for grinding grains, corn and so on. There we have it. Oh, and before we go in, my battery ran out there a while ago. That's why we got such a mix up here. So, house window there, but we're going to go inside. They got a bit of a restaurant back inside. And just over there in front you can see the stone. The windmill proper, and this place that was the storage room, here's the owner in front of Dad there, and they have made a restaurant here, as you can see. And he's making us a cup of coffee. Now we're going to go into the other part of the foundation of the windmill. This looks like it might have been an old fireplace at one time or another. Anyway, and this is where you register. So, when you're going under the mill, you can see that it's been built in 1868, I believe it was. Now we go directly under the mill and see the understructure and what have you. Hang on. To this particular place. At one time it's not used now. There are the girls chatting over. There is a kiwi in the thing. They hunt for the eggs at a certain time in this one. It's a well-known bird called kiwi. There's some dishes displayed, and there through this window you can see the restaurant we just come out of. Here's another display on the floor. Another one over in this area, and a settee for whatever. Now there's I want to take a look at the foundations of this particular windmill, and you can see over there how they've spliced in a piece on the toe or the leg of the structure, and there's a ladder going up far over there. You can see. So it's quite a size under here. I'd say it's about it's 60 feet. 60 by 50, something of that nature. We'll stop there. Picture of a clock. And what date does it say on there? It's got a date on there in the marble. You see it, Dad? Okay, just a minute. But here's the clock anyway, and you can see the mechanism. And here is the pendulum down below, and the weights, as you can see them moving. Is that a date there? No, that's just a Okay. Really unique. Cockle, or I don't know what they call it, with the firewall at the back. It's very beautiful. And anyway, that clock that we just filmed is built in 1870. Isn't that something? Apparently on this mosaic is all the flowers that is involved in the garden that we're going to have a look at when we get upstairs, another level of the windmill. Binding board, an antique that is under the base of the windmill here. So here we've come up the stairs, and there's a gentleman working down there on some electrical wiring. But anyway, there's another thing. But here we have the first story, the bottom story of this particular windmill. This looks like a chute going down or something. But anyway, and out here is a terrace, and you can look out on the garden. There's Dad out there, as you can see, walking out the door of that same story. And then there's a terrace that they've built so that you can look out over the garden. And apparently in that particular garden, every flower that's incorporated in that mosaic that I spoke of a while ago is growing in this garden. So, it's still a pretty miserable day, but we're getting something done anyway. Yeah. So. Now we'll go up another story, I guess. See, this is the thatched. You can see there's the clock and the action. It's made of cast iron, yes, or casting. And the props are, I believe, are wood. So.
Maar ik vind het wel leuk, want misschien viel je nog voor. Je kan een stukje van de molen monteren.
The ladder is really game, you never know. There's off, huh? And like I said, I took a picture of this before, but there we are going up to another story. So, here we are in this level, and here you see the thing that controls directly or part of the window, what have you. Up here, up the stairs. In the middle there, I don't know if you can see them. But anyway, I'll just swing the camera over in the horizon, and if you see, there's a church steeple just in the fog back there. Get an idea of some of the lay of the land. So, on this floor, I'm going to use the light again. Go ahead. And then behind this gentleman is cords there, and this is what they bring it up. They put a gear in existence there, and then it's used just like a block and tackle to bring up the grain, and so that they can be poured in these hoppers here. Either this one. Yes, here's a grindstone, and here's a miniature display of one, and you can see the way it's molded or cut so that it grinds the grain. So anyway, there's another hopper for another type of grain that they use and what have you.
En dan kan je dan omwentelen en dan kan je dan bikken.
Yeah, there's another grinding stone. There's part of the gears that go up to the mill proper, or the main shaft, and are meshed into another one. So, okay.
En dan binnen weer ontspanning om hier een originele pelinrichting te maken.
Ja?
Dus die gaan eruit slopen in de oorlog. Ze gaan nog een zolder in zetten.
Ja?
Hier.
Ja.
Oh. Zet deze zolder.
Zolder, ja.
En dan maken we nou zettenbalken spanning om die zolder erin te krijgen en dat die originele pelinrichting erin. Want dan is hij weer compleet.
Dan is het weer compleet, ja. Wat wij toen in Sint-Anna.
Thatch roof up here, and there's the shaft. You see the square shaft? Turning that big cogged wheel, and then in that turns that wheel, and then it turns this wheel, and then this particular wheel here can be meshed into the other one, and then it also turns this other big wheel that you can see down here for grinding. But the gentleman is scared that you see the thatch in the background around the windmill itself. See the thatch there? So he's worried about fire, and he's scared that my lamp is too hot. So that gives you some idea of the cogs and the thickness of that shaft up there, which is cast iron. So there we are, right at the top of the very mill. Closer look at the cogs, all made of wood and bolts and a bit of iron, of course, minimal iron. There's an iron shaft right there that goes down below and hooks up, I believe, to your grinders or to another gear or what have you. But it just gives you an idea. This is all wood. It's quite a big mill, no doubt of it. So there we are. Well, it's probably a spare just sitting up on this floor, immediately under the gear floor. And here's Dad down there in his environment. Anyway, he says that the wood from this particular mill, see the thatch here, was brought over from Canada 200 years ago to build this particular windmill. And there you see some of the reeds as well in this understructure. So, you see we're right over the hoppers going downstairs. There's one there and then into the grindstone, and there we are going back down the stairs. And here's another hopper here. I got quite a, for another type of grain, I guess. Hello? All right, just a moment. So, my light's getting dim, so here's a picture of the stairs, and you can see that they're going down. Down the stairs, and
It is too late.
yeah.
Now Frony is doing it.
Now Franny is doing it. I don't know if there's enough night to catch her. We're going to the restaurant portion for a cup of coffee. Okay. There, coffee. That's fine, that's fine. Just before we leave. So, there's the master of the mill. Mosaic, and the entrance is a breakdown of the mill. I'm going to zoom in on it a little more. There you can see the shaft going through that I was filming earlier in this video. I'll draw back a little more and you'll see it.
Nou, dat is het organiseren, want ze hebben nog 4 kilometer nou. Dus een keer maar die collega op dat is een combinatie dan, maar dat handwerk, poppen en steeds.
All of us together at tables here. Anyway, I'll just take a few pictures here.
Just a few pictures, yes.
The gang from Canada is all under one roof. Except for Dad there, he's at Tante Berta's. And here we are, he's scared. Here we are in Theo's and Henny's home. And their children, Agatha and Bernard, have gone to the Dubliners here or something there. Apparently it's a big deal here in St. Nick. There's a sports hall there with
Where they serve beer.
but here's a shot of their front room and
35 guild.
the home. Prima.
Sold out.
I'll just take a shot around here.
Dit Henny's bokaals van de tennis.
Yeah.
Hier, Tony.
Hey.
Ribbon.
Oh, look at the medals.
That's, yeah, Henny.
Prachtig.
She likes.
Prachtig.
Absolutely.
Hartstikke mooi.
Yeah. You want to say hello to our after Mass in St. Nick on the 7th of October. And here we have all the relatives from near and far. Elizabeth and Fred and so on. There's Dad. And there's Fred. John, and I guess we'll meet quite a few more. There's Theo and Henny. Yeah. So, and I guess some of them are left already. We're going to a coffee shop now. I just met, I got Theo from Yara. Hey, hey.
Is het oké?
Yeah. So, that looks like a pretty good occasion. A good start anyway. Hope we have a good finish. It rained this morning, but I think that we're going to have an exceptional day regardless of it. There's our Marie. So, here we are at the restaurant. And try to zoom in on the name here. Now you can read it. Okay. Back again. Starting to arrive from Mass. And here's Theo's Henny. We're waiting for... Yeah, okay. Theo's parked the car. So...
Even Ekeltje gooien, hey. Den Ekel.
Yeah. The nut. Here comes Dad and Pete.
Allee, geleiders kunnen naar de poort. Ik was wel weer weg.
Ja. They were
Ik heb wij vier Henny, hè? Ah, we gingen straks wel naar huis, haal ik het op.
Oh. Head across from the restaurant here, talking about the house that this is where Henny and Theo, when they were first married, lived. We are in the restaurant, talking about Jake and Pete and his dad. I think they got to go around the corner there. Oh. Yeah, all family. There's Pete coming in with his wife. There's Julie again. Oh. I don't know if you can hear me above the racket, but the gang is just about all here anyway. I think they're expecting about 100 people. Nice. There's the Regina. Hello. I am Tony. I'm taking a picture of Ravka. Taking pictures. There we have the gang's all here, just about. He's still coming in the door. Get over to the other side and take a shot here. Different families, they've put badges on all the different families and the different colors. The shelters, Gerard and Debbie of Sassenheim, where we stayed, and we go on to Johan and Amy's stable, and Dad. There's Marie again, and I'm just going to take a walk around the dining room. Elizabeth. So, there we are. Some of the ones from Sassenheim. Theo Potsma. Of course you saw Aga. There's Theo Sassenheim. Julie's husband. Oh, I'm going to zoom in from here, I think. Okay. that's Teo of Yellow. Okay. There's Yellow. Back here with Charlotte and so on. Helen, I believe. And that's Vera's husband there. He's a farmer that we visited this farm some time ago. And there's over there, so maybe I'll just stop and take another shot.
We moeten wat diependuif zetten. En dan krijg ik nog wat te eten. En de rest is voor aangerekend. En als iedereen hier de behoefte heeft om eens een rondje te gaan, dan is het een enkel probleem. Oké, nou ik wil hem al met mezelf daar hebben. En het hier nog precies go, nou ja. Goed, hè?
Johan in the corner. No. There's Dad just moving around in front of the camera here. So. There's Aga. And Theo Lisa. Around the whole room. Here's Dad taking his rounds. It's all gay confusion. We've had drinks and soup. I had a soup at the bar. There's our Theo, Gerard of Sassenheim, and Janet, and Debbie. And over here we have another table from Sassenheim pretty well. And over here we have Aga of Uncle Cor. There's wife Catherine. And that looks like Lisa with her Valenska. Dale and so on and so on. Hey! Yeah. So, there's Marie. So, there's Uncle Cor, as you can see through the plant there. Over here, go ahead. Getting in the way of the focuses here. There's Gerard, Ellie's husband, as you can see. So, and then I'm going to get a shot of the guys at the bar, I guess. See what's going on. So, there we are. They're getting ready to serve more food over there. From the drink there, everybody's having a good time. Auntie Amy there. And then we got some more from Faneker. Colby, wife of Aga. and the drink is, oh, that's Marie's staying at this house. Pretty busy place. There's Tonky Nellie. I'm going to chat with this lady, and I'm not sure of her either. There's our dear Phony. Having a chat with so-and-so, and there is Elizabeth. And over there, Phony, and there's the other Phony. I think what I'm going to have to do is get up on the bar. Or get up on something high so I can get down. Vera. Trying to put the feed bag on. There's her husband there. And so on. So they're all sitting down a little bit of a meal. There's the table from Sassenheim. And also some of them over there. There's Debbie. There's Catherine of Sassenheim as well. And Scott. So on. I was trying to get a hold of Henny. Kayla's Henny. But anyway, I'm going to zoom in on this one over here. This is Gerard and Hilda's family, most of them. And also there's Aga of Aga in yellow. So I think I'm doing all right. If I'm not, I'll keep very bad. Anyway, there's a table down there. That's the lady that Maria's staying at. Or no, that's another one. Pardon me. So on, there's John of Flanagan. Oh, this is great. Tante Lucy of Gower. So, Janet, Gerard, the best man where we stay. And Ed, thank you. Great. There's Ed of Sassenheim. He's the husband of Regina. He was busy, I think, with a register, but there's Joe. Joe, brother of Sassenheim, the mother-in-law. There's Julie. Oh, this is great. Fantastic. Beautiful time. And there's Henny. I want to get a picture of Henny. She's sneaking away on me again. I couldn't find her for long. There's Henny. That's Kayla's wife. So, there we go. And that's her daughter. Agatha. So. There we have Verna having a chat with Mikhail. Sorry. Hey, that's all right. No, everything goes. Don't worry about that. Annie is over there in the blue. I'll have to get closer, I guess. Talking much longer. I think I'm going to sit down and take a break and eat. Split.
En deze school is nog iets, helaas, we hebben het financieel heel goed proberen te regelen. Er is helaas iets te weinig. Als iedereen daar 1 gulden in doet, dan komen we precies niet uit.
All the beers and the Peronis and the Vernas, I think. That'd be beautiful. Okay, I'm going to shut you off. Tante Yo and all her family. Oh, what a big shot. sir. A1. Now I haven't got a shot of Aga over here. There's Aga. Oh, this is, that's not the Aga I'm trying to get a hold of here. No. Where the hell did we go? We're going to go over from here to Aga, Phony's brother. There's Marie. And there's Aga of Teo. Now, I'm going to get over. Where did you get to? Alright, here's Aga over here. Father of those children and he's talking to them. Yeah. Right there, that's good. Talking about politics and what have you. We'll zoom in on that and look on that. Fantastic. Zoom in on the bar again so that I can get a feeling. Mr. Wiemstra. Hoi. Yeah. All right. All right. Of all the guys I just did as the last picture there was pretty close. And this may be even better there with some of the daylight. There's him and his wife. Yeah. Well, learn. Okay. Back to hey! All the way. So. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Thank you. And there's Colby. And here's the men of the hour. John. Boy. Ed. Beautiful. Very good. After.
Always behind our glasses.
And Brownie. And Elizabeth.
All kind of parties we have here.
We're there with Dale and Regina and Aga. Old Dale Pasma, Renska. There they are all in here. Penny, Nell, Aga. Oi. Oh. the Mohegans there, they're still saying goodbye. These Dutchmen there, they just don't know how to say something. They just don't want to let go. It's been a great time. These guys were going about an hour and a half ago. That's good. There's Trip chatting with the ladies. Nell, and so on and so forth. Henny and Adrian, Sales, Family. No, that's not Steve, that's somebody else. So on. So this is the last of the, I guess they'll be kicking us out pretty damn soon. The guy, the Posma, and his wife. And the barkeep. We'll just close off here. Hanging on Verna, Downey. So, alright.
Bye-bye.
Helen! Here we are at a Chinese restaurant here. I don't know how the big this come to be, but anyway, somebody mentioned it. Nobody wanted to go home. Look at this. So, can we see them down there?
Chinese is
Ik ken niet zo goed Engels.
There they are. Fantastic. Utterly fantastic. And there's the man of the hour, Dad. Great. So we picked up Janet and Charlotte at Mateo's. He is cribbing.
Yeah, striptease.
Oh.
Yeah, striptease. You look to the bed.
Hey, sailor. Hey, sailor. Look at this, eh? Isn't this a treat? Beautiful. Oh, everybody. Yeah.
Theo eat.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
En hij praat en hij talkt wel very good.
There's Beamstra.
He's not a sailor, is he?
That beautiful. Fantastic meal. In this Chinese restaurant here in Yoda. So. Here we are saying goodbye after a second party in the Chinese place. Fantastic. We had a fantastic meal. This is the 8th, as you can see on the screen. And yeah, we just gotten up after that beautiful meal in the restaurant there last night. Slept like a stone. I guess I was really tired. So here's a shot of Theo and Henny's home. Look at the fire bush on the wall there. And this is Theo's garage here. The first part is mostly for storage. Pretty big garage, eh? And he's working on a set of brake liners in the back. I'm gonna take a shot of him. That's his dad's boat over there that's set for the winter. Hard at work.
The money haven't worked yet.
Right.
You holiday and I'm working.
That is right. So this is the business end of the garage, and he's putting in a set of brake liners. That's right.
Can you hear the working?
Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd take a shot of the garage with Theo working in it. And then I'm going down to Tante Berta's and see Dad. And I think we're going to try to head for...
The old car, I fix him up. Huh?
Yep.
The old car?
Doing some body work here.
Yeah, it's body work. Here for the... En dan komt er een sticker op, hè?
Ja.
When the car is when it good is, here komt the sticker. This for het year 19.
Well, here we are in front of Tante Berta's home. She is, her husband was Peter Vanderwey. You see Donia Hall here. And this is where the double liners were playing. Just Saturday night here, and they had about 1,700 people in there. And I'm going to bring it back here, and this is where Berta's Tony works. So here's the street that Berta lives on. There are old people here, and this is the type of home they have. Number 5 is Tante Berta's home. And anyway, I'm going to go in and bum a cup of coffee or something. And number 1 is where Henny of Theo, Leenstra's dad, is living. So here you have an idea. And then there was a young girl just walked her clump by on a horse here, a riding horse. So I'm just taking a shot of the neighborhood anyway, so you can have an idea of the lay of the land. Yeah, pull her back here so you can see some more. It's not too sunny a day out, but it's not that cold neither. Of course, this is October, eh? And right back down to what they call the sports hall. Yeah, there you have it again. Yeah. The Berta's, and I was going to take a picture of her inside of it.
I'm doing this hobby.
And I thought, well, I'd better wait because
His new toy.
Bob, who has taken the videos of the family reunion is here.
Every day.
Oh yeah.
And so consequently, we thought we'd wait till we get all the gang. There's Bob down the end.
Just a couple
I
of
think I'll
months.
zoom in a little bit.
Geen video
There you go.
Smile, Bobby, zooming in on her.
Yes, it's so awesome.
Marie,
Marco Van.
Marijke, Dawn.
It's Marco van Basten.
Right,
It's a famous football player in Holland.
right.
Yeah.
Ja, you must know him in Canada too.
Yeah,
No?
so we just finished watching the
He
video.
was
It
the
was
world
terrific.
champion.
Bob did a good
No?
job.
Nee, dat is trouwens ik niks.
And
No, it's
here's
not
Man of
famous
the
in
Hour
Canada.
Dad.
Football. The
Lars
Dutch,
come over and Jan and
not the Dutch
Marie.
football player.
Well, in the
to
World Championship,
watch
yes.
the
Because
video.
Ireland was on.
And
Oh, it was
Berta.
on, but yeah,
Not-
not too many.
Not a big
watched
following yet.
Yeah, it's just
No.
starting to become a
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
people
Tony's
watching
wife.
it or
Yeah.
following it.
So,
There's a lot of it being played, but it's still young in
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll
Hockey
just
is
swing
hockey
this
is now
pretty
more
big.
famous.
It's really
Yeah,
sweet.
the other kind
How
of
cool.
football.
Yeah,
Yeah, the American type of
yeah,
football.
American football.
Gymnastics.
There's the kitchenette sort of, and then there's a back door there, or sort of an
There are some
entry to a
Canadian
back door.
girls in
And here are some of the photos
Yeah,
of all
but
her
if you look
children.
back in the World Championships, that they're building, eh?
So-
They're building
They're
Canada,
building.
you know, that
So-
you have to start training and keep building
There's Bob and
before you
Marijke.
hit anything
Praat hij erbij?
worthwhile.
Right, I got the light shining on that one. Anyway, there's
We're
Tone.
gonna show everyone in Canada what your home looks like.
And you're waiting on the wedding.
Yeah.
Ik ze kleden er dan again. Ja. Chris komt dat bij Derek Stemje.
Photo
Ja.
of Oma Piet and Tante Berta. So,
Hij vertelt dan meteen de situatie en waar we in zitten en voor de achtergrondinformatie.
Ja,
mooi. Ja. Hij is al paken ook van
And speaking broken and trying
Children are jongens, hè?
Yes, so funny today.
Oh wait!
You understand?
It was so funny today when we were walking.
here is
I was
Dad's
real
home
tired at the
photo.
end of the day. We were walking down the main street in Snake.
Hij maakt al thin
pieces of wood.
And
he's walking.
En dat is de basis. En de verdediging
He's
is al
walking and he's got them this way and his little daughter is on this end holding it, pretending she's helping her dad.
There we have the
All
inside.
of a sudden, and it's starting to get dark, and someone coming down, maybe was past him on the feet, and snapped the board.
That's so authentic.
And the look on their faces, the daughter looks at her dad like, what did you do?
This fellow and the snake, we were
Zij
going
moesten
to the shopping.
Yeah, the look on their face.
We'll take a picture of you, and then we'll get a picture of Dad on Dutch TV. TV in Holland, and there's the man of the hour.
You say
And Tante Bertha?
Goed drukken, jure.
Ja. Fantastic, fantastic.
Goed drukken, jure.
Beautiful. So, that's terrific. Fantastic. Picture of
Which one? The curly
Pete.
When he was younger. He had a purple shirt on.
Tante Bertha's family when they're young.
he didn't have.
Uncle Tony, I
I'm gonna try to zoom in on that.
was last night, wasn't
See?
Who was the other? The one that had the album.
What year? Here we are in St. Nick. Now I'll have to move the date up to the 9th. This is Tuesday the 9th. I just wanted to get the chimes of the church in. It's 12 noon, as you can see on the clock. Now, and over here, not far from the church, on one of the main streets, is Dad's grandmother and grandfather used to live here. And then if we go over to, you can hear the chimes in the background. Now if we go over here, we're right here at that particular apartment there, the bottom one, is where Fran Posma lived, and that was Harry Posma, our cousin, I believe, that came to Canada some years ago. His father's living there. His mother just died last June. So there's the old folks home, which is near the church. And anyway, there's a cheese and a butter factory there. And then I'll swing over to one of the main drags in St. Nick. And look at the top of the houses there. But anyway, okay, let's see what we can do. You might recognize the corner. So, we're coming from the church just down to the intersection here in St. Nicolaska, or St. Nick. Here is the old home of Tante Bertha and Omo Pete. There was the farm. That was her mother and father's homestead or farm at one time. And then we can see a sort of a cafe here. And this is the big stone. This is certainly there's a big stone here which we could probably walk by without giving any consideration to it, but it's a very big stone for Holland because you don't find much stone in Holland. Here it is in the centrum or the city square of St. Nicholas. So anyway, and there you have well, I believe that's some kind of an inn there anyway. And I don't know if that's the town hall or the inn. I'll have to find out. But anyway, that's in the center, the square. And then just down the street here, you have Hans Posma and then Leo Linstra and Tony Vanderwey. Thank you.
She's coming from school.
Here we are in front of Tone's house, and and Yoka. And there's their youngest daughter we seen last night. Here's Theo's garage in the back, and Theo and Henny's home. And over here we have Hans Posma, who is living next door to Henny and Theo Linstra. And so, you have an idea, there's 3 relatives together right here.
Bye.
Fantastic.
Get dinner.
Thank you. What? Here is Raina from Oma Piet and Tante Bertha, and we are visiting the grotto here, just in the church grounds here in St. Nicolaska. Now I'm going to zoom in on the statue, and of course it's a replica of the shrine of St. Bernadette in Lourdes, France. So, let's see.
There's a small hole in the grotto where you can find that piece of stone from the grotto of Lourdes.
Is that right?
Yeah, very small.
Okay. Now they have. See, you can see the candles burning there, and then there's an altar. And Raina tells me that they have an open-air mass in the church grounds every once in a while. I guess on certain feast days. And there's the 1 o'clock, I think.
No.
But 1:30. 1:30. Okay.
Every quarter there's a bell ringing.
Every quarter there's a bell ringing. Okay, so there you get an idea of the grotto here in St. Nicolaska in the church grounds with Reina. Factory here in St. Nicolaska. There's Reina again. She's the star of my show. At my video. She's now a movie star. Okay, so this is the rectory adjacent to the church, and these are the trees, and they must be very old because they've certainly got a big girth around the stump. So, terrific.
We used to burn them.
Here below the trees is Raina, and they call this growth elephant chairs, and we call it, it's a fungi, and we call it wood mushroom or something of that nature in Canada.
Oh, mushroom, yeah.
Yeah, here I'll zoom in on.
Elephant bankjes.
Yeah. So.
I haven't seen them as big as that.
Right. So.
And the priest, they catched, he heard the noise.
Yeah.
And then he catched those thieves, but they could escape. But
So
they
right
smashed such a, how do you call such a window with figures on it?
Stained glass window.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they spoiled it.
They broke it.
Yeah, they broke it.
The buggers, eh?
Now they placed some wood because the window is to repair.
Yeah, look at the architecture on this church in St. Nicolaska. That's beautiful. So you heard Raina about the break-in anyway.
And that's why the church...
Here, you see the plywood there is where they broke into the church. How long ago was that, Raina?
Oh, maybe a half year ago.
About 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So, we'll end the film here on the kerk. And Raina, have a look at me.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And then I'll start another one on the cemetery.
Yeah.